with that being said, we can actually go on to our last duel, which is between the Blobber, right? The Blobber and Chewy.
Yes, but we should have our casters available. I thought you were doing speaking of people doing the best they can, here they are. But you didn't. You're nicer than that.
Great segue. Wonderful.
Thank you. Redhawk, Lath, we are going back to a fan favorite. It's Big Blue Blob versus the Blobber. So very fitting. And Chewy Shoot. Both of them coming in with a loss. Redhawk, what's the strategy for this one? Well, let's see.
Do we not have?
This is why I don't go to Redhawk first. You always ask Redhawk first. He's not ready, and then this
clearly.
His timer went off again.
Yep.
Unready Redhawk.
What I was saying is I think we're going to go for a similar strat to what we saw last season as well. Push into as many provinces as we can in Ireland, maybe into the Novgorod area, maybe the Caucasus, North Africa right here. Of course, we do have some changes, I think, from last season, whereas non-cord provinces and non-European provinces count as well, if I'm not mistaken. Please fix me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, should see the classic strat right here as fast as possible.
Yeah, this has changed a little bit. The rules have changed.
That's true. And when I sent that text over to broadcast, I'm pretty sure I used last season's rules. But luckily, we have Redhawk and Lath. I can kind of explain the rules as we go, because at the end of the day, you guys are the record keepers and keep track of who's doing the best.
And they're the.
It's interesting you say that. I'm glad he said the record keepers, and I would say rule holders, because it's interesting that Flory knew that. That he had 36 score from I'm just saying, maybe he's watching the stream. Who knows?
Well,
who knows?
They did unmute him. They did.
Well, there's two things that could have happened. Either they unmuted our players early, which is probably what happened, or the more interesting scenarios is that they were Flair was stream sniping, or the third, and I think this is the least likely scenario. Flurry had the same count as Redhawk.
That's basically impossible. Redhawk can't count.
I know. So I'm going to go with the stream sniping bit.
Let's go with the funnier option.
But luckily, we don't have to talk about this anymore because we have player interviews to do.
Yay.
See you guys soon.
Good evening.
Hello.
All right.
Good evening.
All right. So, Chewy, what is your strategy to win this tonight?
Honestly, probably just the same way you would do it going for the achievement. I mean, there's the good old-fashioned, Reconquest War early against England, take the Pale, work your way into Ireland. I'm pretty keen on Scandinavia. Lots of, desolate 3-dev provinces up there, low AE. The changes they made to aggressive expansion a few patches ago make this so much easier than it used to be. I know that they were talking about you could no-CB your way into the Caucasus, over into like Serbia and that area. I'm not so sure. I think I'm mostly just going to be moving north.
And the Blobber, are you in agreement, or do you have a different strategy lined up for this?
I'm in agreement on Ireland, but I'm probably going to trade Scandinavia for some GB. Or for some England.
And that's what we heard from our casters as well.
Right. And the Blobber, were you able to practice this at all? Because I know that you were streaming earlier. So did you do a few test runs?
Maybe half a dozen or so.
Half a dozen?
And what is, let's, as sometimes we do, when I remember to ask, do we have any numbers of cores you guys want to reach to feel like you've done a good job?
70 is a nice number. If you want more than that, I think you probably need to get the BI and have Mary fall under the horse, but that's just me. Yeah. Maybe someone else does better.
They kept rivaling me in my test run, so yeah, you too, buddy.
And Chewy, would you like to predict?
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I didn't get a test run in because we were busy, getting the 58th American world champion of American football, USA #1, right?
Oh, right.
So I didn't.
Yeah, that did happen last night.
So I didn't get any test runs, and my daughter my baby daughter, was keeping us awake last night. So I actually slept in a bit, and I didn't get much test running. So I'm going to do my best.
Why would they do that on a Sunday? So
Super Bowl Sunday.
Get your act together.
He was too busy eating and watching
It's a
football.
national holiday.
I mean, I'm saying that to I'm saying that to the nation, not specifically to you, Chewy. You already clearly have your act together because you're here. We're gonna let you guys go prepare, and we are gonna hand off to the two people that I know 100% have their act together. It's our casters.
Did he say that sarcastically?
Yo-yo.
Was that sarcasm?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Let's just say it's not. I'll feel better.
Also, the Chewy pursuing the meta of having a kid for this challenge. It's a bold one.
Yeah.
We'll see how that one plays out.
I don't know. Didn't work out
Also,
for BB last time.
Blobber called it the BI instead of begun inheritance.
Bruh, that's some
The
speedrunning
BI.
terminology.
I
right
know,
there.
right?
The
The dude does it so quick, he doesn't even have time to say begun
gotta-
inheritance.
Yeah.
He's just that fast.
He's just that quick with the BI, bro.
So we have one guy who's done half a dozen runs and calling it BI, and the other guy that watched football last night.
Listen, I think
still
Chewy's
think
gonna take this one.
I still genuinely back Chewy in this. Chewy is a very talented player. I really think he's gonna get away with this one. But both players have lost before, so one of them at least. So we shall see. Right, shall we get going?
All right. Yeah, let's jump into game right here, and you can tell the guys to unpause, and I think I'll clear up some things on the rules right here. So I'll go ahead and pop back over to my POV so I can show it off. All right, chat, to keep this as simple as possible. Of course, the achievement is European provinces, right? This is how we're going to measure it. Whoever has more provinces right here wins. Simple as that. Laith, what do you think? Simple as possible.
Yeah, that's how we're doing it. Overseas, non-cause, and also provinces.
Yeah. So, yeah. High number, good, chat. Remember that.
That's how we're doing it. That's an executive decision. That's genuinely something that Red Hawk and I decided on.
Yep.
That was just us. Right, chat.
All right,
Let's do our ritual. How many do you think that you would get if you would be participating in this challenge? How many? Go on. Let's have a look.
What's the achievement for? How many do you need for the achievement?
50?
50? Is it 50?
50
Oh, you can
European,
get way more than 50 easily. Yeah,
check.
I think around 70. I agree with Blobber. Yeah, 69. 69 wouldn't be bad at all, actually. Yeah.
100, sorry. Why did I say 50? 100 core provinces in Europe as France before 1500.
But meanwhile, some not so good RNG on the Blobber side because Burgundy has rivaled him. And if we pop back over to Chewy's POV here for the first time, you can tell me if, well, Burgundy is friendly with
Let's
him.
have a look. Yep, we've got another rival situation here. Do you think it's worth a restart?
So, there'll be no...
It's a different kind of challenge to the previous ones where restarts, well, the first one at least, where restarts obviously are a big part of it, getting the right RNG. This one, I think you have to make an instant decision in the first sort of minute or so, because obviously you can keep going throughout, but once you stick to that run, you've stuck to it. Because if you get 30 minutes in, restarting just not an option, realistically. Once you have that score on the board, that is the score that you will get. So we'll see. It does say pause by Flurry Worry. He didn't just like port back in here. This is Chewy. They're just using the same PCs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He just got Flurry to connect. Dude, that'd be funny.
That would have been
That'd
funny.
be so smart. If he's just sitting there going like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Super Bowl Sunday was yesterday, and then just gets Flurry to do it for him. But he has declared war on the French reconquest of mine. That's a very important thing to do, because if you go first and not let the event fire, then you can declare a reconquest war. Otherwise, it is a defensive personal union war, which doesn't give you the 25% cost for cause. Meaning that he should be able to secure his cause. I don't think he should go for Calais here, but he can definitely take this stuff without a coalition. I personally wouldn't go for Calais. It's a reconquest war.
You should also get
Take this
Ceuta
stuff.
from Portugal. That would be my
Ceuta
goal right
Portugal?
there.
Yeah, Ceuta Portugal is a good
Portugal
plan.
for Ceuta.
And also take Pale to get up and take hold of Scotland.
Yeah, for sure.
Expect some high.
I'd probably leave some English mainland provinces alive in this war. Get them in the next one, honestly. Yeah.
You can take Calais. I would say leave Calais, but the Reconquest CB is powerful and it's good to get it done early. So if you think that that's not the case, then I'm sorry, my friend, but we fundamentally disagree and can no longer pursue this friendship.
All right. Since we disagree, I'm stealing your POV and going back to mine right here so we can watch the Blobber a bit.
I don't like this power you have.
He has put his troops over in Dumfries in Scotland, which he has allied. He has allied Scotland, so these are his alliances. And boom, there is the 100 Years' War on England. He's just declared, and his troops are right here. So this is a very good strat from him right there. He's going to let his vassals in Castile and Aragon and Naples and the Pope in Perugia and Urbino fight England in mainland Europe. And he's just going to go for, well, the island of Great Britain himself. Strong armies right here. We got the 433 guy, Jean, and the 441 guy, Jean, as well. How about that? And he's about to take down England over here. So, yeah, pretty much the same for both of our guys.
I say it every time, mate, but can you please tell me if anyone is using mercenaries with
no
siege
mercs on the Blobber side. No mercs here.
Interesting. Chewy is using mercenaries, not using a siege one, though. He could have access to that. People always undervalue the siege pips, and honestly, I'm starting a movement. I'm starting a petition. Make siege pips relevant again, because people don't seem to care about them too much. But as we saw from Flory, it's the
siege
difference.
Generals relevant again. There we go. There's your tagline.
It's not. I mean, hey, it's not catchy, but it's important. Oh, a last jousting tournament early on for Chewy. That's an extra 10% morale right there. Very, very useful indeed. Let's see. Is there any reaction on his face? None at all.
Something I just noticed in Blobber's POV right here, if we flip back immediately, is that Portugal isn't involved in this war. So he actually can't get Ceuta here. I don't know if that is his strat.
Wait,
I do think it's kind of important.
What was the war?
It's the English-French 100 Years' War. So it was the event.
Right, so he went for the 100 Years' War.
Yeah,
interesting. So the English did it offensively.
Yeah,
Can you do me a favor, please? Could you check the aggressive expansion for taking back the French cause? Because they apparently made it a defensive reconquest. That's what someone in chat saying.
Yeah, I think it should be like that. So getting your cores back, right here, the AE is 20. If we do it through that, we can't do it through this screen. Yeah. Is it less than that?
Oh, you're gonna really like this, mate. If we flip back over to Chewy's POV, you're gonna really like this.
Okay.
He's done exactly as you said. I don't know if you're on the phone with him right now.
Taking Ceuta?
But we do have Ceuta taken,
good job,
which is important. For those who don't know, the way that oh man, an instant war against Brittany. Chewy going a bit ham at the start. For those who don't know, well, he probably wouldn't, because if you diversify your targets to make sure they're different culture groups and different religions, then different nations don't care. For example, if you're playing as the Oira and you can truce break the Ming as much as you want, because the only countries that are going to care are Confucian ones, like Korea and Ming. So there's only two, so the coalitions don't matter. That's why in Western Europe, attacking a Catholic nation is miserable. But if you can, for example, as the Ottomans, or in fact, as Chewy's going to do here, presumably, spread out the A between Muslim nations and Catholic ones, you can take double the amount of land, which is going to be huge.
And if you can get up in Novgorod, Orthodox ones too.
That is true. That is very true.
The preferable strat.
The three. If he makes it to the New World, then there's Nahuatl.
Yep. True.
Technically, I don't think anyone's going to make it that far.
If he makes it to China, there's Confucian.
I mean, that is also true. If he makes it... no, we'll play this game all day.
Chat quick, how many religions are there in EU4? Even ones that don't exist at the start. Go. I don't know.
We're furiously typing. I have no
Someone
idea.
can say 4 and I'll be, yep,
someone
probably 4.
said 2. Nice. At least 3. Beautiful.
1,
It says does not need to be called. This is not what's practiced, mate. It does not need to be called. This was the this was what was said. This is also what we discussed last night when the challenges went live. It was apparently my call to make, which is a terrifying proposal. So I looked at this and I thought to myself, do they have to be core promises? We cleared it with the players as well, but we made the decision that it was more fun to have it more promises, because right at the end, like Big Blue Blob, you're limited by your admin. We don't want this challenge to be limited by admin. We want as much chaos and warfare as possible. So right at the end, in the last 10 minutes or so, you should start to see significant amount of overextension as Chewy, for the first time, making an expression on his face, does secure Brittany.
Can you check real quick if those non-cord provinces show up in the economy tab right there?
Should do.
Yeah, right there.
32 provinces, 21 non-overseas cores.
Okay, so the first number is the one we care about.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, right? Yeah. Okay, good.
I assume so.
Yep.
Officially 27
All right.
religions. Chewy wiping his face. Seems to have made a mistake. He's either sweating, he's
There
grinning
was an
slightly.
unfavorable event, I think.
Usually when people smile like that, it's because something bad's happened, which is weird because they're smiling. I usually cry. Do you want to swap over to the Blobber's point of view and we can see how he is getting on?
No, I don't wanna.
Okay. You're horrible to work with. Hey, we're only 6 more subs to go until we reach the sub goal of 210.
All right, chat. Check those Prime Gaming subs, man. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch account and subscribe to the Speed 5 official channel for free. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps support and make shows like this possible. And it helps keep me and Lath employed, which is honestly the most important thing, man.
It is.
Let's be real
and also,
here.
you do get access to certain secret stuff. And there's like Discord bonuses. I believe you do get something next to your name, as well as being able to see the VODs right on Twitch. Instead of having to
So
wait
check
for the
those primes, huh?
Oh,
Check
Chewy
those
lost his
primes.
navy, apparently. That is
pain.
okay, so the Blobber seems to have landed.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we were the Blobber. I can flip to his POV directly and see if he's doing a peace deal or anything, seeing what he's going to take.
All right, you have to wait a second.
yeah,
Chat's
he seems to
calling
be
me out
going
for
for
being the number
Wales.
2 gifter, so...
Yeah. I would take, honestly, a province to release Northumberland from in this first war as well. But, yeah, not looking bad at all, man. The Blobber right now, he's at 32 provinces as well, just like Chewy. Presumably less AE, though, because he did take more from the British region, Ireland and Great Britain.
But he doesn't have
whereas
access
Chewy
to
fought
Morocco.
Brittany. But he does not have access to Morocco. That is true. That is true. So presumably, he is going to get that done in the next war versus England. But preferably, you would have Ceuta by now so you can fight Morocco, as long as they haven't allied the Ottomans just yet. And there's the Duke of Alençon event. Of course, he is going to want to lose Stab and not release Alençon. And keep in mind, these guys are going to want to integrate their vassals, chat. That is going to count. It is going to increase the number of provinces. So, yeah, there we go.
If we flip
He
over
actually has
to
released
my
Alençon.
POV, I can show you some little something. It does appear that the
There we
French
go.
are in Ireland. And it looks like, if you look here, all of these guys have been co-belligerented. It does seem to me that Chewy is looking to take all of these provinces in one war, which would be quite something in terms of the AE front. I'm surprised he's not gone after Morocco. Morocco only, this is great RNG, only being allied to Granada and Fezzan. No Tunis, no Tlemcen, nothing like that. A
Yep.
super easy war if he can get his hands on it. Let's
Very
see.
easy.
Also, no vassals.
Also,
He's got to
no
get on this
vassals.
now.
That's super
No
easy. He's
vassals.
gotta get
This
on
is
it now.
perfect.
I wonder if he knows. He doesn't know, Pepe Lav.
He does. I don't think he knows. But look, there's also a gold mine down here that he can get his hands on really quickly, which will help his economic situation. This is a dream for Chewy. If only he can go and see. He has had very unfortunate events, it must be said. And people are saying that his navy, his navy has in fact gotten rinsed, so he has to rebuild that from scratch.
Yeah.
But so far, so good as the Albanians take over Serbia. Just thought I'd mention. It's great. Great times. This is a great...
So clear up some misconceptions in chat. Guys, let me just hop back over to my POV real quick so I can explain again. It's number of provinces that he owns. Doesn't need to be in Europe. Doesn't need to be cored. This first number right here is what counts. We have 31 provinces and 22 non-overseas cores. We care about the 31 provinces, not about the 22 non-overseas cores. So this is what matters right here. They don't have to be in Europe. So it's kind of like the achievement, but not really. And while we're on this POV, we can see the Blobber is just chilling with his entire army in Dublin, spying on the Irish nations, presumably preparing to declare. We'll see how that goes as we go back to Chewy.
How do they get into Scandinavia, though, do you think? Because that's what Chewy wanted to do. I presume he's going to go through Scotland up, unless he was lying to us.
Yeah. No,
Was Chewy
fight
lying?
Scotland, fight Norway, fight Novgorod. Simple as.
Interestingly,
really build up your
Sweden
navy,
has the Orkney. Has Orkney. This is a very strange game Chewy finds himself in. Sweden has
Sweden
Orkney.
independent?
I've never seen that. Yes, Sweden's independent. It looks like they've won their war against Denmark and decided to take Orkney. I don't know why, but that does mean that he's going to have to fight Lithuania and Poland. Rather unfortunate on that front, but he is slowly making his way through Ireland. This is great to see.
Can you check
Having
Chewy's
said
AE
that-
real quick? I'm super interested in that.
I can
Not bad,
absolutely
actually.
do that. Mate, it's barely anything. Oh, it's
Yeah,
increased a
not
little
bad
bit
at
more
all.
now.
I thought
Only
it would be a little
Burgundy could
worse with
join,
him
though.
taking all of Brittany.
No, because he left these provinces down here.
If you got, if the Burgundian succession happened in your game, and Austria got
Yes.
it, right? You got the chance to contest it, basically. Would you?
Yes. No.
No? The AE is
No.
massive. And you'd
The
get
A is
them...
massive, and you get them as a puzzle union. You don't get them cord.
Yeah, but
Like, you know what I mean?
would
They-
you
don't
still,
integrate them.
hope for the horse event?
No, too much RNG for me. I wouldn't trust it. Also, on this side of things, Aragon taking this province. This is the strangest game I've ever seen in recent memory on Speed 5. Look,
Yeah.
the board has been owned by Aragon. The Albanians have gone into Serbia, and Orkney's been taken by the Swedes. I don't know what this manipulator of the AI does. Oh, only one more person is needed to sub to have a hype train going. So let's get on that. Someone needs to jump on that. Let's see. What do you think his next moves are? Let's see. Loans wise, he has taken a bunch of loans.
He's got to fight
could slow him
Morocco
down.
here. He's got to fight
absolutely.
Morocco.
I don't think he sees it. I don't think he sees it, but this is ideal. Tlemcen also with
Is he
very
spying on
few
Morocco? Does he
significant
have some
allies.
claims, anything like that?
Mate, he could right now. He could conquer all of this. He genuinely could. No one would join a coalition
Yeah.
apart from the North Africans.
Are
He
the
could do this.
Ottomans allied to anyone down there?
They're allied to Tunis.
To
But
Tunis.
the thing is,
Okay,
the
but
Tunisians going to
Tunis
get taken
kind
out.
of far away.
If he takes out Tefliat, he can
Yeah.
fight Tunis.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
hear him reducing autonomy. This could be big. All he has to do is look down here, notice that this is unprotected.
Yep.
Look at this fort. Nothing. The fort's not even up.
Easy.
He could just march
Let's
in.
go back to the Blobber real quick while Chewy is chilling. You can tell me when he declares another war because we do
Oh!
have some more conquests in Ireland
Once,
right here.
I mean, I just noticed something in my POV.
All
Something
right, we're back in
happened.
your POE.
So it looks like in this game, Castile fell under Aragon in a puzzle union, meaning that they're now trying to
Break free.
attack them. Yeah, break free, which does mean that he can ally the Castilians, which is ideal. He should absolutely do that
that's
now.
where you get a navy. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
he
sure.
he could do that, and then he's got allies in that will help him as well with North Africa. He could declare war on Granada as well. Granada's only ally, Morocco. This could, if he sees this as an opportunity of ally, I'll be really interested after the game to see if he managed to notice this or not. But he can go after Granada, Morocco, Fez, these North African nations.
No.
Instead, he is in Ireland. I would give that a rest personally for a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
meanwhile, he's still pushing into Ireland. That's true. Speaking of Ireland, here we are. The Blobber is doing some wars here as well. Just one war versus Tyrone, but Clanricarde, Leinster, and Offaly are in it as well. He does have 3 provinces in Ireland right now. After this war, he'll be up to 7. Basically, a little more than half. There's 13 provinces here, if I'm not mistaken. Coring up the stuff in Wales, easy. Scotland, not allied to them anymore, but still guaranteed. Now, has he missed this? Has he forgotten to revoke the guarantee on Scotland
And that is a
instead
5-year
only broken
truce.
the
Well, he
alliance?
already has a truce with
Yep.
Scotland. How long is the truce for with
But
Scotland?
is it? The truce expires in 2 years, but there we go.
Did
So
Scotland,
he did
Scotland took a province of
actually-
England?
Did he give that to them? Or did they separate piece? He's not guaranteeing them anymore, by the way.
Okay.
Interesting. So yeah, this is the sitch right now here. And shout out to Mike the Situation, by the way. You gotta be one of my favorite Jersey Shore characters.
Oh my god. Massive shout out. Huge. He'll appreciate that.
I hope he's not a douchebag or anything.
I will also
As a guy that lives in Jersey Shore.
dude, this is a weird game I'm looking at, man. I want you to sit on your POV
We're
for a
back
little
in
while
Chewy's
because I wanna-
POV directly
or
right
not.
now.
Sure. Let's see what he's doing. I don't think he does notice the Irish. Sorry, the Moroccans. I don't think he's seen it at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's focusing on that area at all. Do you think he first wants to clean up Ireland, completely get rid of all the nations right there, and then just simply, that's off his mind, he can move to a different
there is
region?
something to be said for pushing AE as far as possible on the Catholic nations, to the point where they're going to get coalition, then shifting south and going as far as he can with the North Africans. So if that's the strategy, then it is a good one. Water does he have any claims in North Africa at all?
Well, there we go. We're back directly on your POV, so you can go ahead and check.
Let's see. It does not appear so, and also, yeah,
he's annexing vassals, huh?
He's annexing vassals, which is fine, but that could be done at any point, potentially. Well, I suppose when he's not at war. Right now, we are sitting pretty at 38 provinces, which is a good
38.
decent
That's pretty
amount.
good.
38.
Meanwhile, the Blobber
also,
is
Naples
at,
has won the war
33.
against Aragon, or lost the war.
What date is it for Chewy?
1458.
Only 1452 for the Blobber.
60 different. Chewy does play
low on
fast.
manpower. Yeah.
Chewy,
If I flip back
Chewy's
over to my
manpower
preview real
is something beautiful. It's 40,000.
But look at this. 0 manpower for the Blobber. 0.
What are his loans? He hasn't taken a single loan though.
Yeah, no loans.
No loans, whereas Chewy does have 2,300 loans. He's taken 11 loans out of his possible 33. He's a third of the way to bankruptcy. So whilst Chewy's in a very strong position now, his future is paying for it.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
And there we go. We're back.
So the current scores in the macro competition, Flory and Chewy are tied for first, but they do face each other next week. So we'll see who comes out on top in that. Yes, they do. That's what I mean. Did I not say that?
You said Flory and Chewy.
I'm so sorry. I forgive me.
All right. Well, you're fired. Bye.
My God. Right. So I like the headache I caused the Speed 5 team by just changing the challenge. I'm so sorry. Anyway, right. So Chewy has taken hold of Scotland over here. We can see that Tyrconnell has been sieged out. It'll be interesting. Scotland is not. Oh, I don't know about this.
Ooh,
I do not know about this.
I think that's too much. I think that's too much.
Not just too much.
Chat.
They weren't belligerented.
Oh.
So he's it's costed him more for that.
Check the AMAP mode right away.
It's still gentle. It's still gentle. I just don't think that was the right move.
The thing is, Chewy has to be really careful here and declare on England on the exact day that the truce expires. Otherwise, England is gonna join that coalition, and he'll have to fight Burgundy and their boys.
Well, right now he doesn't have a truce with them, and they haven't joined the coalition.
Yeah. And hold on, I have some technical difficulties here. We're gonna have to stay on Chewy because
that's fine, mate. That's fine. I'll keep talking it through. So the reason that Burgundy and England haven't joined a coalition against him is because both England and Burgundy are fighting one another. So the Burgundians have attacked the English, which is brilliant for Chewy because those are the two nations that will steer a coalition towards him. So I mean, it's again more positive RNG here for Chewy. Goddo's the man deserved it after last week his match against Flory. So I mean, we'll see. Also, we see Aragon being very slim indeed, and he can still ally Castile if he so chooses.
Very nice.
I mean, I personally think this is quality for him. He does need to declare war in the English. He does, absolutely does.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We can see that the Burgundians have begun the coalition against him, so he cannot afford for the English to join that.
Yeah.
He has until the end of this war to do so. But then again, the war against the two, and that's ideal. England, Burgundy fighting each other is brilliant. Still no claims on the Moroccan speed. He's getting a claim on, it appears to be Denmark, presumably going for the Faroe Islands, and also Iceland would be a good play going up here, and that will
low
give him
dev provinces,
access
3 dev provinces, not gonna hurt anything.
Let's see. He can't core all of these. He can core up till. Hang on a second. He can't core many of these at all. I suppose he hasn't cored this province yet. He can reach it, of course, but what he really wants, obviously, is the spine of Scandinavia.
Ooh, let's go immediately over to Blobber's POV because we do have the Burgundian succession, and Burgundy is defiant, which means they've chosen to remain independent. So no Austria, no France, no one. They have chosen to remain independent, which is actually really good. Let's go over to his POV directly and see if he's staying on this and thinking. And he is.
He's pondering, mate. Hand on face.
He actually chose to not do anything. Am I correct?
Yes, I think you are. I think that is the right idea.
Yeah, maybe. But while we're here, we can see that he has taken over almost all of Ireland. Just Ulster here left owned by Scotland. No more independent Irish nations left. Let's check his AE real quick as well, and not nearly as bad as Chewy's. And right now he is on 42 provinces. And meanwhile, Chewy's at what, Lath?
Let's have a look. He just declared another war. Right now he is at 49, so it's 42 to 49. Am I correct?
Yep. So Chewy's in the lead, chat, still with a little
Chewy's in the lead, but remember, he
left.
is 4,000 ducats in debt. That is not a debt that you're going to get paid off anytime soon, so clearly he is not intending to. If we have a look at the time remaining, we are just about to cross the halfway mark, meaning that Chewy will not be able to maintain this pace owing to the lack of cash. Remember, the interest payments are going to hurt him a bit. Max manpower. That's not a good thing. It's a really good thing in terms of like declaring wars and everything else, but that does mean that he's not using his manpower effectively. He could be declaring more wars. He could be involved in more conflicts. He's used potentially too many mercenaries, which means that he's not drawing on his manpower reserves. Conversely, you could argue that Blobber has used too much reliance on his own manpower troops. So we should see, as you can see down here,
Blobber still has no loans.
Yeah, which, like I said, I think it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah.
Interestingly, Sweden taking land in Scotland.
Oh no, that's not good at all. Are they still allied to Poland and Lithuania?
Yeah, I think they are. Poland independently one another. No, it's not. Well, to be fair, he can just avoid those provinces and go straight for Novgorod, but he has to be quick about it. Again, I really think his success lies in this very vulnerable North African region. He did take Ceuta. You have to think that that was on his mind. To not be looking over here could be a potential issue.
Definitely. We're looking at his POV right now directly, just doing some stuff in Scotland and Ireland, as we can see. Slightly confused look on his face. But listen.
That's just what he looks like.
He's got this under wraps. Yeah.
I don't know why. He looks always confused. He looks like always a little bit scared, a little bit worried, a little bit confused. He's not, but he just looks like it. I want to know how high up Blobber's monitor is.
Yeah,
he's actively looking, like turning his head left and right to see things. You know what I mean? He's not just
Maybe
like glancing.
He's like ultra wide or something.
He's playing on a projector right now. It's projected onto the side of his house.
He's just outside in his yard.
Yeah.
Well, we have a peacetime, time of peace in both of our players' campaigns right here, just dealing with some administrative stuff, and you can take us through what Chewy's country is looking like. Is he paying off any loans? How much money is he losing?
He isn't paying off his loans. He's losing 22 ducats a month, but he does have full manpower, as I mentioned. Currently not in any wars, and still getting claims on Sweden, undeterred by the Polish-Lithuanian alliances, and still going for Denmark potentially. What do you do in this situation if you're him?
I think I just leave those guys alone fighting Norway and Denmark. Just let Sweden keep the stuff in Scotland. It's just not worth it, I think. Fighting Poland and Lithuania. Not that they'll ever get to you, but realistically, how much could you get from Sweden? But yeah, let's go over to the Blobber real quick. Oh, let's not. What is
just going to say the French provincial excommunication war.
Oh,
that does result in less AE.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. I think 75% cost for all bordering provinces and 50. Oh, that's going to be great. Bear in mind, these are high development ones. Personally, I think I would go for these two up here, and I would go for this one over here. I would not take ice. It is a 20 development province.
Yeah, maybe leave ice. Yeah, true.
And this one. So Noir Valley. But we'll see what he does. He doesn't seem too shy from a coalition, but yeah, take us through it.
He has declared on Scotland, and just Scotland, by the way. So no one right here, that can get involved with that. And he's sieging down the fort of Dumfries, finding some rebels down here without a general. He still should be able to beat them. This is very easy. And yeah, how much could he realistically take in this war versus Scotland right here, man? Do you think he can full annex them? Obviously not. That's too much war score. That's not bad at all, honestly. You know what I'd do? I'd just take half of them now, leave half for later. He does have enough time, 30 minutes on the clock. Keep it short and sweet with the AE and with the war, and then just move on to different conquests. Of course, you could take as much as possible.
What's his rule like?
What would you do?
What's his rule like?
Still be the starting Louis. Ruler's a 4-2-4, so yeah, the starting guy. Heirs 4-3-2, the starting guy as well. Yeah.
Yep, same
So,
thing.
super simple war with Scotland.
Well, actually, in this
Currently,
case
Blobber
here,
at-
we have Louis 432 and Gaston as the prince at 522. If you flip over to
wasn't
choose
that guy from
POV,
that
I
one
want to
Disney movie?
show you something. That was. You are correct. Chewy has focused Diplo power. Out of the two things that you'd need, admin and mill for the military tech and admin to core. Obviously, you don't need to core,
Doesn't
but
start off focused on dip? Because the Blobber
doesn't
is
look like he's
focused on
changed
dip as
it.
well.
yeah,
I think
neither one of them
they
has
start
changed it.
off like that. Yeah.
But they could change it though, and they
Interesting.
haven't. So I'm wondering if that's a strategy or a misplay. And we frown upon misplays here, of course. The interesting thing
You will be roasted.
about the admin side of things is, like I said, it doesn't need to be core, you just need to own it. But at the end of the day, there is only so much overextension that you can endure. So you want to keep that for the ending. So you want to be coring your provinces as you go right now. So you're going to need admin for that. We'll see.
And chat, if you want to catch up on anything that you've missed, like the previous, duels or something from last week or anything like that, if you don't have time to watch live, you can always catch these streams or shows or duels or whatever on the Speed 5 official YouTube channel about a week after they've premiered on here live. So make sure to go and check them out on YouTube
Unless,
as well.
of course, you are a Twitch subscriber, in which case you get access to them immediately.
Yeah, and you can be a Twitch subscriber by subscribing for free with Twitch Prime. So check those primes. And let's smash.
For those of you who
that
weren't aware
freaking
of what just occurred there, Hawk and I just had a plug off, right? You might not notice this, but it's a mildly common thing when it comes to casters, where we'll try and like out promo the other one, and Hawk just destroyed me. I've been eviscerated. I will now be retiring. Thank you all.
That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it.
Do you want to shift over to Paul's POV?
Yep, he has ended his war with Scotland. It seems that he has taken as much as he could instead of, the other option I thought of, taking about half. And we can go ahead and check the coalition map mode right now as well, which is getting worse as well. We got Brittany, Provence, Burgundy in there, boys. Norway and England here. England could join. So he is also going to have to declare day one when the truce is over, just like Chewy. We'll see if either of our players catch that.
Chewy, in fact, has not done that. And
he has.
England hasn't joined the coalition.
Oh, they
haven't? My POV. I'm going to show you something interesting.
There we go. I flipped over.
Burgundy left the coalition.
Oh.
They just left.
Well, there we go.
No one is in the coalition. No one thinks they can take him. You know why I think that is? He's allied Castile.
Ah, they're too strong.
And this is a big old Castile as well. One that is not going to get the Iberian wedding, but one that is strong nonetheless.
Only allied to the Pope, and he has not annexed any vassals, but he is about to annex Orléans and then Armagnac. I like Cognac more personally rather than Armagnac, but that's just personal preference.
Over here, we can see that Chewy has finished his war against Provence. He did take these high dev provinces, took Anjou, took quite a few, but again, in terms of the coalition map mode, it doesn't seem to have impacted things as no one really cares. I don't know how this man is managing it, but no one cares about his aggressive expansion. The only people that care are England and Burgundy. No one else. Literally no one else. He's having a blinder of a game. This might be...
They don't care.
Apart from maybe, losing his navy and maybe the national focuses, this might be the perfect game. Maybe not utilizing his manpower effectively, but we'll see if he makes any mistakes. But from here on out, Chewy is having the game of his life.
Yeah, I'm still a little, well, maybe not worried, but I'm still surprised that neither of our players have gone for the Morocco area. I'm wondering, if
well, Blobber doesn't have the opportunity to, does he? He doesn't have a suitor, does he?
Yeah, he doesn't. Chewy does, but yeah, he just hasn't paid attention to that, I guess.
He doesn't.
Meanwhile, the
he's not
Blobber's at
looking for
57 provinces, looking pretty good. Chewy is
57?
at... Yep.
Chewy's currently sitting at 59. They are neck and neck. Bear in mind
Chewy's still
the
in the lead with
significant
very,
debt difference,
very
though.
Close.
It is marginal.
Yeah, very close. So still a time of peace for both of our players right here. Both just wrapped up wars. Chewy versus Provence, Blobber versus
50%
Scotland.
core cost. No, they don't. Morocco doesn't have plus 50% core cost. That was an old thing. You're thinking like... I don't know. There was an old thing where like the North African ones had plus 50%
national
core cost.
idea.
Yeah.
They should bring that back. Let me call Mr. Paradox.
No, God, no, absolutely not. It was horrible. That was, yeah, so there used to be a North African thing where they just had plus 50%. Chewy sitting at a time of peace. You cannot be doing that in this playthrough. You have to be going for it. He should theoretically have claims on... He does. He has... there it is. There it is. The war against Denmark, and it is a weak Denmark indeed. He has got 9 heavies. You can see where the money is going to as he loses 30 ducats a month. We'll see how long he can maintain that for. Presumably going to be taking these islands up here and also heading round the spine of Scandinavia. Novgorod potentially out of reach now as he wasn't able to act quick enough. Sweden taking the territory that he needs, and then he'd have to fight Poland and Lithuania, which is not an enviable task. Personally, I would take these provinces up here, take whatever you can from Norway, head down south into the North African region. Unfortunately for him, the Tunisians have allied the Ottomans directly, but like I said before, here's his way in. This North African situation is the best it gets. Yeah. It does not get more ideal than this. For sure. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but this is the play down here. I know.
Meanwhile, I've been trying to call Mr. Paradox. He's not picking up, so I called his wife, Miss Victoria Clausewitz. And hi, Victoria. How are you? Hello? Can you hear me? There seems to be some issues with the network.
Trying to call
Let's see right here. Yeah, I'm trying to call her. Let's see right here. All right, I'm on 2G. Let me switch.
Hello, Hawk. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I was wondering if we could bring back, U4, your best game out of your current catalog. I was wondering if you could tell Johan to, bring those ideas back in Wallachia and in North Africa and stuff like that. I know lots of players hated them, but I think they're super fun, and I'm wondering if you can tell Johan to bring them back.
Yes, of course. I'll call Johan in Barcelona now and tell him.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you're doing this. I hope I didn't wake you up. Yeah.
Also, Leif sucks.
All righty then.
Okay, brilliant. Cool. Awesome. Great. Yeah, seems so... God. Like one of the only people making content on Victoria as well. She treats me like this.
All right, back to Blobber's POV. He has redeclared on England. He's fighting England, Brittany, Holland, Portugal, and Utrecht. So this is a potential chance for him to take Ceuta as well, if that's even a focus of his. Not too many armies in France, so he is being sieged down over here in the mainland, whereas his entire, troop count is in pretty much over in England, man. And this is just a regular French conquest of Cumbria right here. None of our boys right here that are competing are going for releasing and annexing, Northumberland, and they do have quite a lot of high-def cores over here in the north of England. As we can see, these highlighted ones, maybe they think they don't have time. But, yeah, this is the war that's going on right now. I wonder if he'll get 2 siege down over in mainland Europe. Brittany is in this war as well, funnily enough. None of these other guys are co-belligerented, though, so I think we'll see only provinces being taken from England. And with that, we're back to Chewy.
Yeah, Chewy has just completed. If you go straight to my POV, we can see that he's reduced overextension as a mission. So that's great. Good job.
Nice.
Perhaps indicative that he should be expanding even faster as he races to take out the capital of Denmark. I'd be interested to see if he actually takes any provinces in this war from Denmark themselves. Presumably, this is the piece that I would go for, at the very least. This lot. Let's see what the coalition is. Still a fine coalition, in my opinion. At that point, potentially up here. I mean,
still not
having
bad.
said that, I would gun it personally. Man, what man's independent? That's another province. That's a free province right there. In 76. All right, let's see. What other strategies are there beyond the North African one we identified, beyond the one that he seems to be going for, which is up here, which I don't think is viable anymore because Novgorod is gone.
I think Muscovy is too powerful by now.
Muscovy.
Novgorod still exists in Blobber's POV, but in Chewy's, Muscovy seems to be too powerful.
You know what you could have done straight at the start of the game? The Caucasus region. Straight in.
True, no CB Moretti. They don't get allies, vassalize them, fight around them. Yeah, definitely.
I personally would do that, and you can also seize land later on and take those provinces directly. And it's just another one. Bear in mind that this slot down here are Shia. So Karakanuda is Shia, different religious group, definitely march into them. And depending on what's happened over here in Iran, you could look at something over there. That would be my personal preference, would be exactly how it is here, but having right at the start of the game, gone for the Caucasus region and attacked the Shia down there, the Orthodox,
For sure.
and just add 2 more religious groups, because I think that's the key part. Juggling coalitions is the limiting factor.
Yeah. Do you want, when we're 10 minutes away from the end, to not show the number of provinces anymore, so we keep the suspense? I think that would be pretty sweet.
What are the scores right now? Let's not do it from now.
Yeah, scores right now are 62 provinces in the Blobber POV.
We're 59 over here.
59
but we do
in
have
Chewy.
Burgundian,
So Blobber has taken the lead, and
same
that's
event.
Yep, same event.
Let's see, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? What's he going to do?
Are we in his or your
He's
POV?
debating.
Let's go to his.
My POV.
Yeah, let's go to his. Let's see what he checks. And he has chosen the first option to fight Burgundy, ladies and gentlemen. So he is going to be hoping to PU them. Is it going to be too much A? He is going to be hoping for the horse event as he pieces out Norway.
I mean, that honestly, at this point, it's 20 minutes left. It's not a bad play. Earlier on, no. At this point, maybe. I know that seems odd because of the timing differences, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah. If Chewy can get Burgundy here, if he can get that horse event, wow.
Where is the...
And the final one.
Oh, right.
There?
I was on offer tribute, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Classic. Union with Burgundy. Let's see. Whew!
Oof.
I mean...
No way. No way.
Yeah.
Nah.
Bad.
Wait, he should have cores on Burgundy, though? Can you check the diplomat mode? Or is that only if they get PU'd?
I think it's only if they get PU'd, my friend. I don't... No cores.
No cores. Okay.
I mean, that's a lot of aggressive expansion. Bear in mind, he's going to be taking stuff. I mean...
Oh, and the Blobber has just gone bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen. He's just gone bankrupt. This could be a massive setback to his campaign. We can see the modifier right here, bankruptcy, and that is going to be pain for him in the next 5 years. He's pretty much not going to be able to do anything, and this happens in the middle of this war versus England, which Portugal is still in, getting condottieri from Castile, invading from the south. He might have to white piece this one, honestly.
How's he gone bankrupt? It was just a moment ago he didn't have any loans.
Well, I guess we missed that whole part, didn't we?
That's the whole article that was there. All right, could we get some Fs in chat, lads?
Yeah. Well, let's get some Fs and Ls in chat for the Blobber, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's it. But this is too late to restart. Honestly, I just white pieces England if I were him, chill for 5 years, and then do it.
Well, he doesn't have a coalition, so we'll just speed it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, he just lost something. I think he just lost a fort.
In the south?
As well. Yeah, because it went from 20% to 3%.
He lost Narbonne.
What's the war? Has he got the war goal?
Right here.
I don't think he has the war goal. And he has no allies in the war?
Not have the war goal. No, it's right here. And he
I would say his biggest problem right now... Yeah?
Yeah, he's got 14k right here. What's this? Another 8k? 10k? Yeah, and those armies are just getting melted. They're getting stack wiped. If England catches up to these two armies right here in the north, they're both going to be gone. Yeah, he should just take the Wargle and peace out if he can, even at this point. I bet all of these guys are going to be high. People say we should be fired
for missing the spiral. I don't think it was a spiral. I think what's happened.
Yeah, there really wasn't a spiral, Chad. He's still got
in my opinion, what's happened here is he was maintaining pressure on it, but as you can see, there's a lot of provinces occupied, which lowers your amount of loans and your loan sizes, right? So what's happened is he wasn't near bankruptcy, lost the provinces, didn't realize that was the case, and then he suddenly has to contend with that.
Exactly. It's because they got occupied here and down here, and that war is done. Was that a white piece? And it was in fact not a white piece, but he didn't take anything. In fact, he actually gave this back to England, if I'm not mistaken.
It does look like that.
But then he would lose his cores? Did he do that? So. I think he did. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, while this pain is happening over here, we can take a look at some more happy times.
Our POV
with Chewy.
So you say happy times, but you got to remember bankruptcy looming over here as well. So we can see potentially that might have an impact. He has won his war over in Scandinavia. Potentially an era considering the sheer amount of aggressive expansion he is about to indulge in. These guys should be working overtime to improve any sort of relations he can with the larger nations. These are a lot of smaller nations, so potentially they wouldn't fight if he gets the right allies. Bear in mind, Burgundy wouldn't join this coalition. Personally, what I would do is before peacing out with Burgundy, declaring a quick war against England and at least white peacing them. Or for me personally, I would take as much money as possible considering his financial situation. You declare war on the English, definitely. You take as much money as possible, you get them out of the coalition so they won't join it. That then leaves only realistically Sweden as the individual to lead it. You'll still get the coalition, or Austria as well. You'll still get the coalition, but potentially they won't. No, Austria can't join the coalition. He might not realize. Austria can't join the coalition against France. They're in a coalition against Poland. Poland are goated. They're saving Chewy. That is ridiculous.
Why did Poland get coalitioned?
Look, no one can join a coalition against Chewy. This is incredible. Maybe that's why he did it.
Does he know?
Look at that.
Does he know?
Bear in mind, chat, by the way, you cannot join two coalitions at the same time. So everyone being in a coalition against Poland means that all of these nations that would join a coalition against Chewy would not join the coalition, which is fantastic for him.
Let's go to his POV real quick. If he's looking at stuff like that,
I think he's focusing on winning the war, which he is doing handily.
Yeah. Let's stay on him here a little bit. Accidentally clicking the escape button, as we can see right there. Happens to the best of us.
Multiple times.
Let me tell you. Yeah.
Oh, this
interesting. He has annexed a lot of vassals as well. Blobber has down to 3 vassals. Chewy's at what? 2?
It looks like it. I'm trying to check.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't want to make sure I actually. So he's got 2 vassals left, Auvergne and Orléans. Okay, so let's see. This war is going very, very well for him indeed. I can't quite check to see. I mean, so he can get 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces off of Orléans. He can get another one off of Auvergne. He does, I believe. There it is. There it is. Let's see. No one should join a coalition against him. He is in a war against Dijonais. Against Ansbach Burgundian Liberation War? What? They're trying to liberate Ansbach?
Burgundian Liberation? I don't get that at all.
Ansbach?
What is that?
Okay, so they've defended against Ansbach in the... Okay, so it looks like... Oh, I think what's happened is they have...
He's PU'd them.
No, Ansbach were PU'd by Burgundy, potentially? Is it HRE thing? Huh. It is. Ansbach is the HRE, Holy Roman Emperor. Everything's lined up for Chewy.
Ansbach is the Emperor. Now it makes sense.
And he can just peace out immediately. He can just peace out.
Yeah. Dude, Austria's not even the Emperor. That's so good for him.
Dude, Chewy should be... This is... I mean... You'd pay good money to have this run in any game in EU4.
Yeah. Super nice. Super lucky that Austria isn't the Emperor. And there we go.
The peace deal. Believe he took money.
Imagine if he gets the horse event. Can you click on Burgundy real quick and see how many provinces they have? You know, go into Burgundy.
Okay, sure.
POV. Yeah.
That would add... Oh, that would add a further 27 provinces.
Wow.
Wait, it says 27 provinces and 14 non-overseas cores, right? That is the number we're looking at, the first number.
What he needs to do right here is unpause speed 5 so as much time as possible passes so we can, have more time to get the event. And by the way, chat, the horse event is basically an event where the Duchess of Burgundy Marie dies because a horse fell on her. I think that happened in real life too.
Look at that cheeky grin. Look at Flora. Look at Chewy. He knows. He knows it's all coming up for him. But he is close to bankruptcy. 2 days away. If I'm him, I'm getting rid of the mercenaries. Don't risk going bankrupt. Play the odds with the horse event. Speed 5 it.
He's got to debase, possibly exploit tax. Yeah.
There's a few other things that he can do here. Does he have any? He has favors with Castile. He can hopefully, if we check his favors,
that's not too much money. He can probably get like 50 ducats.
71 ducats. Castile doesn't have that amount. They're poor. Flori said time. Okay, I'll tell him. 12 minutes left. If you mind switching over to POV because it's about to get messy. Okay, at Blobber. At Chewy.
Chat, we can see that Blobber here is suffering from lots of revolts. He is about to get a civil war as well, and maybe even an aristocratic coup because the nobles are way too influential. This is definitely going to trigger. He can just let it run, and but that's too many provinces for the pretenders to siege down. I think this could be a collapse of Blobber's game. So many separatists, he can't beat them up. I think he's still in bankruptcy. let's see. The modifier should run out real quick. He's not bankrupt anymore. So he can potentially beat up these rebels.
He should be able to fight them off.
But the Civil War is about to fire. Let's go to his POV real quick, directly as it's about to fire. I don't think he knows. And as soon as this month takes over, there it is. There's the Civil War. So this will be very annoying for him as well. It is going to be super tough to deal with this. So let's stay on his POV. Let's see how he deals with these rebels and stuff like that. And meanwhile, you can let me know if anything cool happens over in Chewy's game, and we can flip.
Well, if I show you right now, there is something interesting I do want to show off.
There we go.
And that is this. Interestingly, Europe is split east and west, right? So half of Europe is in the coalition against Chewy. The other half is in the coalition against Poland. I cannot overstate. No. They are actually. I'm so sorry. I cannot overstate how important this is. But these two powers are hemming in Europe. The reason that allying Poland is a good thing here is because it might dissuade the coalition from declaring war on Poland. If he can stop that from happening, these guys will stay in the coalition for the next 10, maybe even 20 years, leaving him scot-free with a tiny coalition. Austria is still in it, but they're not the emperor. England's in it. Yeah. He probably could have gotten there. He probably could have stopped them from going in. But otherwise, Chewy is having a blinder of a game. As he is speed 4ing straight through, making sure he's not going bankrupt. You can see that he has 1,800 ducats here, only losing 10 ducats a month. The separatists are all under control. Maybe, I reckon he's playing for the event here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Wait. The Burgundian, he doesn't have it anymore.
He doesn't have it?
I think
his ruler die and they were disloyal?
I think his ruler died. I think his ruler died and he didn't have a chance to make them loyal.
F's in the chat,
so
boys.
he incurred the coalition for nothing.
Yeah, F's in the chat. All that AE for nothing. Massive AE for nothing. That could have been a potential conquest of up to 30 provinces.
Dude, that has changed everything.
At least in Northern Europe, the low dev ones.
That has changed absolutely everything.
Keep in mind, chat, we still don't know the amount of provinces each player has, and we're not going to check until the end. So we're in suspense. You're in suspense. You know, the hosts, the players, the viewers, the casters, everyone. We don't know, bro. We just don't know.
I enjoy the fact that we hold the power of that. At least he's not going back. There is that, but then bear in mind that Blobber is out of it.
I'm not going to live in suspense. While we're on your POV, I'm going to check. But I'm not telling. I'm not telling. There we go.
So you're the only person that you don't know what Chewy has, though.
Yeah, I don't know what Chewy has, but I know what Blobber has. So at least I'm a quarter satisfied. Let's go back to the Blobber real quick, and I'll show you guys how he is dealing with some of the, bad events that he's getting right here. Still in the Civil War disaster. These guys are about to install this guy, which is actually a good thing. Because he'll get 3 stab, he'll get, manpower and stuff like that. So he does want to let these guys win. Usually, chat, a suggestion from me, maybe not if you're this big, but if you're, like a 20-something province-sized nation, let the pretenders win. It's way easier to get out of the disaster like that. You gain stab, you gain a new ruler. Yeah, just let it run. It is going to be painful for about a year or two, but just let these guys win. It's not worth fighting them usually. And there we go. The Civil War is over. Now he's going to click that event.
He's now in a stronger position than Chewy. The balance of power keeps on flipping from left to right and back again.
Sure. Yeah, interesting. Interesting the dynamic right here. We can go back over to Chewy real quick.
If you flip back over to Chewy, I want to show you something here. Chewy's opportunity now is to go after Morocco. He has to.
Yep.
I mean,
does he see it?
He has to make a play. He has to make a play.
Does he see it?
Unfortunately, it does appear that he's gone bankrupt. Yes, he has. Oh, he has been bankrupt.
Oh, yeah?
So he's on the tail end of it,
like 3 years.
Yeah, so he's actually on the tail end of it. That just puts him in a decent position to not be bankrupt towards... Oh, this is going to be a close one, man. This is going to be a very close one. But if I'm Chewy, I'm going straight for North Africa. He should be doing that ASAP, really. Although if this guy dies, there's a succession war between Poland and Muscovy. Again, he's protected through that coalition. I think he has to take full advantage of that. The coalition is not going to get worse, Chewy. Yeah. It's just not. No one else is going to join. Just go after North Africa. They're the only route of expansion that you have left. You have to start.
He doesn't know.
You have to start hitting them. That Burgundy thing is incredibly unfortunate, but obviously he's got 2 years left.
Yeah.
And he can go after them.
Can't let it bring you down. Meanwhile, you can go back over to the Blobber because he has declared another war to acquire 2 more provinces from Scotland. Just Scotland, no one else. They're 2 provinces large, and this is going to be a super, super easy war for him. He's not a big deal. England is in a coalition against him, however, but it's just England and Scotland. So does it really matter?
Because he did lose. That would have reduced his AE.
Yeah. And there we go. There's a war versus Provence as well, the French conquest of Ice, declaring for a very, very expensive province right here, while Anjou is being sieged down by Brittany. Interesting.
Mate, it's going to come.
Who else is he fighting in this war? Friesland and Lorraine.
Mark. Oh, that's a loss for Blobber. Yeah. Is it a second loss? Let's see. No, he wins. Oh! No, he wins the second one. My God. This is a bit.
Yeah.
If we flip over to my POV, I want to show something.
Boom.
There's 5 minutes left, and Chewy is messing about with rebels. He does have only a few days left, and he's no longer bankrupt.
Yeah.
Suddenly gets the
So
morale
you can
tick.
deal with them now. I think he can pop off another war.
Oh, he should be able to pop off another like 3. There's 5 minutes left, which I'm going to tell the contestants now. The key part, though, when it comes to this, is that again they don't need to be cored. So you should just be declaring war on everything to see what you can get. Doesn't matter if the coalition declares war; they won't piece you out in time. You have to just go for it.
Very interesting.
Here we go. It's still neck and neck. Chat, who do you think is going to win in these final moments? Number 1 in chat if you think it's Chewy. Number 2 if you think it's Blobber. Let's see what chat is feeling at this point in time. Number 1 and number 2, chat. Oh, let's have a look.
And remember, we
Someone
still
put
don't know
3.
how many provinces they have.
We still don't. Oh, man. Neither one really expanding since their detrimental positions. Chewy apparently going for Denmark once more. Surprising to me. Oh, I think he's trying to time it with the end of the truce so we can hit them again and take land from them. I don't know that that's the position. He actually has allied Sweden as well. So none of that anymore going ahead. North Africa's calling
Pretty
to
good
him.
expansion.
It's just screaming at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done well. Again, I would really love the host to ask him what the deal with North Africa is. Maybe he's seeing it, maybe he doesn't think he can get it done. Because bear in mind, chat, we have the luxury of sitting here and yelling at our screens. He's going to be doing like 15 different things at the same time. So it's going to be very tricky for him. But realistically, he has... Let's have a look. He's taken 4 loans. He can have up to another 20. At this point, with less than 5 minutes left, I would take max loans. You have 3 minutes. You need to start winning the wars.
We got to go to the Blobber immediately. He has been coalitioned right here by a pretty big coalition. They've just declared on him. And these are the countries that are in. So, of course, they're way more powerful than him. About 200k troops versus his 60-something K. Austria, who's still the emperor, by the way, is in it. And Austria hasn't dragged in anyone of their lackeys.
He seems to be holding up a T sign for time. Like. I believe he's calling it there. He's going to be holding it paused.
Yeah. We're directly in his POV right now. Score. Yeah, and I think that's going to be it for him. But yeah, honestly, I'd do the same. Yeah, I'd do the same. He doesn't have any allies to give up their land. 2 minutes left. How many more provinces could he take in 2 minutes? I don't know,
flip over to my point of view as we finish this off.
Yeah, there we go.
Chewy still hasn't declared a war. He needs to be declaring war now if he's going to finish it in time. I mean, anyone at this point, anyone, the Scots, truce break, whatever you can do, you need to do. You need to just go. Orléans attempting to be annexed. For some reason, that's not going ahead. I don't know why. Oh, he doesn't have any diplomatic power.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have any diplo power. What could he do here? He could potentially take this diplomatic annexation correspondence. If he takes this right now, he'd instantly annex them. If he takes this right now, he would annex them instantly.
Chat,
he doesn't know. If he clicks this button, it would be done.
Lots of our players forget to use the papal actions. Of course, it's easy for us, chat, to sit here and yell like Leigh said 5 minutes ago, but I always pay attention to the papal actions.
There's no way it's a war, and it's got to be just annexing Orleans at this point. It's got to be.
Yeah.
The speed. It happened. He got it. He got it. There's a minute 30. I mean, you can still get a war done in a minute 30, but you have to declare it like now, literally now, and then just blitz it.
Norway, Denmark.
The coalition will do it, but again, it's just about going for it at this point. We'll see as we start to near the end of the challenge. 1 minute 20 chat. Who do you think is going to come out on top? How many provinces do you think they get, lads?
We're directly in Chewy's POV right here. We can see he's taking some missions and stuff like that. Is he thinking about declaring war? Nah, he's just clicking a button. There we go. He's choosing his tier 3 government reform. Strengthen noble
1 minute left, he's doing that. Let's see, we have a minute left.
Riveting gameplay.
I've spelled minute wrong horribly in the Discord, but it doesn't matter. If you want to flip over back to my POV, I'll show you maybe a bit more upbeat thing. Let's see. So it does appear the coalition split was a big deciding factor in this one for Chewy's game. Was not able to hold on to that Burgundy PU, so that may have made all the difference. Not going into North Africa as well, there was opportunity there. We'll see as we enter into the final 30 seconds if that made an impact. Did he do enough? Did the wars in Scandinavia do enough? The last 20 seconds, he seems to be calling it here.
Yeah.
We'll see. I reckon it's going to come down to literally a couple of provinces. Both players going bankrupt. Both players having issues. One of them having a civil war. One of them losing the Burgundian inheritance as it goes down and ends.
With that, it is time.
Done.
There we go. The challenge is over. Big Blue Blob, a slight variation of that chat. Our players needed to have the max amount of provinces possible. Doesn't matter if they were cores, doesn't matter if they were in Europe. And let's go ahead and take a look at the scores now. We need to find out who is the winner because we don't know. And I can go ahead and tell you that the Blobber has 67 provinces. That is the score to beat. And if we flip over to Chewy's POV, we'll see if he has more or less.
He does have 75 provinces. 75. A close game. A very close game indeed, but there it is.
Awesome. Very nice.
Could have been so much more. That was incredible.
Excellent. And with that...
Dude. I'll have to take off the jacket, man. That was
a good one.
Whew.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm warm.
Very interesting.
Oh my god.
Bankruptcies, coalitions, wars, dude.
Had it all.
This game had it all. And I like that they both played with the same nation.
I like, obviously. I mean, it's always good to see like them how they get on within their own RNGs. I think that coalition might have saved them. I'll be so intrigued to hear if the North Africa did come into play for Chewy at all. Did it cross his mind? Did he not think he was able to get it? But both players going bankrupt, both players dealing with issues.
Excellent.
I think they both did incredibly well.
I love that.
They both be very proud of themselves.
Yeah. And with that, the studio can come to us, and we'll see what we think.
Okay, we're here.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, lads. How you doing?
Hello there. I'm sweating. That was intense.
That was definitely that was a good end.
Yeah, no,
that was exciting.
It's a fan favorite for a reason. Meaning I named it as such just moments ago, but it has been.
It's been
a good week.
Yeah, I mean all of the challenges. Yes, some of them were admittedly decided a bit earlier than some of the other ones, but we didn't know that until the end of the challenge. So you know, old alliances, old news. Slavik there essentially getting the win 20 minutes in, but you know, Vennomite had a shot.
You never know. I mean, he could have won. I mean,
yeah, I think it was very, very close. I think there was one point where I think if he had been getting the spy networks done, I reckon he might have beaten it by about a month. It was very close. It was a very strong start with Slavik there.
But that was the first, of course, and this has been the final duel, the Big Blue Blob. And what a duel it was! It seemed like both of our players kind of felt that as well. You could see Chewy celebrating a bit at the end.
I like how he just went like this off the keyboard. That is so dangerous to do on Paradox games. To just let it, and he was on speed 4.
We are gonna go talk to the players in just a bit, but before we do, Red Hawk and Lace, what do you want to see more of next week?
Chaos.
More bankruptcies.
Chaos. More bankruptcies, more chaos.
Yep.
Hopefully our players know, and hopefully they can deliver. As always, lads, it's been a pleasure. You both did Great.
Oh, we did it. He used our real names this time, though, so that was nice.
I'm not coming back next week. I'm going back to the Maldives. So you know what? I'll catch you guys later. All
You're
right.
gone.
Bye.
Well, thank you, lads, both of you, for tonight. We appreciate you both, and have a great night.
Have a nice night. Goodbye, everyone.
There they are, the main stars of the show. Don't care about that Red Hawk and Lath fellow. We care about the Blobber and Chewy. Chewy, congratulations.
Well done, mate.
Especially
You too, dude.
not being able to practice, Chewy. That is amazing.
Apparently, I should have watched the Super Bowl instead.
Right? I know. I guess
It worked out very well for you.
I mean, there was. I'm not gonna do math at the top of my head, but there were not many provinces between you guys at the end there. And Blobber, you were the one to step away from the game a few minutes before playing it all the way out.
That coalition would have taken more from me. It would have lowered that number.
Yeah,
I think it's the right move.
Yeah, and I feel like that was kind of a lot of the conversations from our casters as well were about coalitions. Chewy, how do you feel that went on your end?
Well, the coalition only formed because I got to contest for the Burgundian Inheritance. I actually didn't even know it was an event, but I got an event that gave me a PUCB on them, so I pushed for it, and I figured I could shoot for the event to like annex half of them and let the other half go towards the HRE. I was like, well, that's like 6 or 7 provinces right there. And then my leader died within like a year of piecing out. He was like 56, so I was livid. But yeah, I mean, how far did you make it in, by the way? I made it to like 85, I think.
I don't have it open anymore. Sorry, I was freeing up the computer for the next people.
I seem to recall that, Chewy, you were playing slightly faster than the Blobber.
You got a
Not
fair
by
bit
much,
more
but a
done than me,
little
I
bit.
think.
Yeah.
I'm still having some speed 3-4 issues.
Yeah, my condolences. Yeah.
Chewy, I felt like you got a little bit lucky too with that coalition, because if there hadn't already been a coalition against Poland, I kind of wonder if that would have actually ended up biting you in the butt. If you would have struggled
I mean,
a
as soon
little
as I pieced out, it like hit me. I was like, oh no, I just PU'd like 300 development. I'm in trouble. And so I instantly started allying everybody that would ally me. I was like, I'm trying to give away some Polish land. I'll give away some Swedish land. I don't mind.
Just go after Poland. It's okay.
Yeah, well, and then Castile early on got PU'd by Aragon, so that screwed me up. So I lost them as an ally, and I didn't even realize it at the time. So it was honestly, it was very suboptimal. But you got to make the best of what you can.
And the Blobber,
not being able to pause is the big one.
Right, and the Blobber, you did get close to your prediction because you said 70 at the start of this, and you had 67, so you were
If
right
I hadn't
there.
lost those three provinces to England, I'd be dead on the mark.
Right. Yeah, which we actually saw last week too. It was dead on to what I think it was Habibi had said that he was going to get. So these predictions, I mean, you guys know yourselves well. You're getting almost right dead on that mark.
So next week we're expecting predictions, and we're expecting them to be spot on. The only excuse is, of course, major sport events, and you haven't been able to sleep. That's fine. But also, if you're lying to us to freak out your opponent,
They would never do that.
No, clearly too honorable to do that, which I always feel a bit bad about because I like it when people say big numbers just to freak other people out.
Not that happens tonight. Anyway, thank you to you both. Congratulations, Chewy, and we will see you both next week.
GG Blobber.
Thank you both.
Take care,
Congratulations again, Chewy.
Thank you, man.
Exciting week.
Exciting week. Super exciting. I'm so happy that my voice is well enough that I could sit
Join
here and be annoying, which is one of my favorite things to do. There's so many people you can be sarcastic towards. We have a few more things before we go.
Yes.
We have a leaderboard, so we can actually remind ourselves how our players have done so far. I'm shocked by one thing, and that's
The flurry word.
the flurry word one, because that one's not correct.
It's not correct.
But other than that, I think we're good. We see that the Blobber and Habibi are both sitting at 2 losses. Unfortunate for them. They've been outside of RNG, like the Blobber's was so close today. Habibi had a bad run. They definitely have it in them to get some wins. Chewy, coming back from yesterday and tying it up 1-1. Vennomite, of course, going up against Slevik, not making it all the way, even though did amazing. It's just that Slevik was even more
Did
amazing.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and Flurry Worry did Flurry Worry things, said a big number, and then made an even bigger number out of it. But we have our two leaders, Slevik and Flurry Worry, sitting at 2 wins, going up against each other next
so
week.
someone's going to be losing. Regardless, someone's gonna come out on top without
One of them's going to go down to a 1 loss.
Yes.
Exciting.
And then, of course, we have our challenges for next week.
We do. We should mention them.
Just by name.
Yes, just by name. One of them is a returning one. But as you saw with the current returning one, we might put some tweaks into the rules.
Always. Yes.
So, what are we playing next week, Lady Magnus?
So we have the Green Tide, which is, of course, new. Legends of the League. And our returning is Coptic Conquest.
Yes. Possibly with Origins DLC.
I hope so. I actually forgot about that from last season.
We've confirmed it several times.
Several times, yes.
All of the computers now have the Origins DLC.
So they can actually prep properly.
Yes.
This time. Okay, so other things to take care of. So as all of you know, please make sure to join our Discord if you would like to play these challenges. We do have it in our challenges channel. And you could be like Vennomite, next season, and you could play against Flurry Worry or Chewy or any of our guys who happens to be back next season. So make sure that you go on there and you complete those challenges. Screenshot them.
Yeah, tell us how you did. Screenshot
and show them. Yes, and show them to me on the EU4 Discussions channel. I will look for it, and you could be our next Masters.
Yeah, don't show them to me because A, I'm going to forget, and
true story.
Actually, I'm going to forget. So just show them to Lady Magnus instead.
That is true story. And then, of course, so something that new that we are going to be doing this season is we do have a suggestions channel in our Discord. So if you guys have any suggestions for any challenges that you would like to see here in Masters of Universalis, put them in the suggestions panel. If they happen to be chosen for our next seasons of Masters, you will get maybe one of these hoodies or anything else that you see. These are very, very nice. I love our merchandise. So if you would like something, a hoodie or something, make sure that you go in and
we like to give our merch away because it's cool, and also we like to see you wearing it. But yes, go to our suggestion channel, say, hey, here's my suggested Masters of Universalis challenge, set a goal, explain what the goal is, and then some expectations of what you think will happen if our players play it. Preferably, have played it once yourself and be like, I did this and it went like this. That's always really helpful. I have one more thing before we go over to our Wednesday show.
Okay.
And that's, I don't know, most of you were probably paying attention to Twitch chat. There was an informal competition going on. I think there was only one person who realized there was a competition, and that was Laith. But last I checked, Laith did win the gifted sub race versus Flurry Worry. So big up to Laith for coming out on top on that one. I knew it was a challenging one, and it was neck and neck towards the end. But he should have some credit for the amazing achievement that it is.
And we do appreciate it, both of them. Thank you to both of them for gifting.
Thus, Laith will be back next week.
He saved his job.
That was my thing going out on.
Okay.
Should we talk about the Wednesday show?
We should. Okay, so we are coming back on this Wednesday at 1800 CET, and we will have Save the Save.
Yes, it will be our first Victoria 3 show. We'll see how it goes. We're excited about it. It's essentially we're having 2 players on. We're going to give them a nation to pick, both play the same nation, and then they have to get the biggest number of a certain thing that we've picked for them. For example, GDP or standard of living. The twist being that before all of that happens, they have 5 minutes to go into the other players' a game and ruin it for them with some rules. because I've talked to
Everything has to have rules.
Yeah, I've talked to the part of the Victoria 3 team earlier today, and they were like, "You guys realize that you can totally ruin a country in 5 minutes, right?" And we're like, "Yeah. There's gonna be extra
That's what we
rules.
want.
There's gonna be extra rules. No one's allowed to do things, but that's the basic concept. If you think that's interesting and you haven't followed us already, make sure to do so, and we'll see you here on Wednesday.
All right. Thank you everyone, and we will see you all Wednesday at 1800 CET. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.